A ZENKAI Android 18. I do have to find her real quick. She's pretty far down there. I forget how many 18s are in the game. I still don't have the red one. And I am still a sad boy about it. In layman's terms, before we actually get to her, because she's very far down here. She's flames, dude. Like, there's no other way to say it. So if we click on that ZENKAI real quick, let's say you're level 5,000. So you can see just the stats right away. They're pretty good for, like, if you had like a 0-star. Let's say I have a 14-star. So I'm going to mark that. 281, 240. She's pretty good, bro. I got to tell you what. Like, I am very impressed, actually. So we're going to go through it a little bit and check it out. So no problem at all. Draw the Ultimate Arts card, Deadly Dance, next. Restore Zone Health, Source Standard Ultimate. Restore Zone Health by 20%, Ki by 30, plus 40% to ultimate damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Solid. Solid as a main ability. It really is. Yardrat Metal Bronze plus 2. I'm going to read that. Maybe Yardrat Goku's coming back. I don't know. Obviously, it was a little while back when he came out, but that would make sense for him to come back and Legends Rogue gets their third and becomes like the best team in the game. Or maybe he'll die. Applies the following effects to self when the character enters the battlefield if tag Android or tag Vima Warrior is a battle member. So 40% damage inflicted, cannot be stacked. Key recovery is 50%, cannot be stacked. Unexpected conclusion, plus 25% damage against Saiyans. That's solid. Draw a special arts card next when this character enters the battlefield, activates 3 times. Shall we continue? That's actually really good. Really good. Get 3 special arts cards, just swapping her in. And remember, 21 has lower, she lowers your cost on swapping back in. Shall we continue? Unlocks it adept. Applies the following effects to self every time this character is faced with an enemy. So that means every time they see an enemy. They did explain that in the podcast a little bit there, but I feel like I should touch on it. Every time that 18 sees an enemy, then that 100% means she will get this. Restores Ki by 20, increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 10 timer counts. Good. That's solid, actually. Doesn't say it can't be stacked. I'm just saying. That's really good. So if they swap out, say you send in 18, she's already going to get that. They swap out, you get another 20 Ki and another card draw levels. That's crazy. Elegant Combat. Unlocks it powerful. Plus 20% of damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. Every time this character uses a strike. Restore own Ki by 10. Every time this character uses a blast. Applies... That's at Z6, by the way. For a reason. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 40% strike damage inflicted, cannot be stacked. Reduces damage received by 25%. So, in my opinion, people were asking on Twitter and stuff like that, hey, could you do it at Z1? Could you do it at Z3? I would say Z1 is usable if you have, like, Cell, the Transforming Cell, at 6 stars, or the ZENKAI Cell at, like, 14 stars, and 16 at Z7. You could rock Z1. I would say Z3 is where you should shoot for, because Shall We Continue is good enough to be, like, a solid ability. Obviously, if you don't plan on spending for Trunks and Goten, this is a good use of your Chrono Crystals. Gohan's running around, and that was my main thought process when it got announced that she was yellow, is that Gohan is running around. But really, number one, on a scale of the entire game, not that many people have Gohan ZENKAI. It's just not how it is. Not that many people. Nuts. Like, I'm really glad she's actually insane. Deals major explode damage, plus 50% on Ki recovery for 10 timer counts upon activation. Solid. Solid for a super. It really is. 50% on Ki recovery is really good. So you just pop it. Even if you know they're going to dodge it, it may be viable just to pop it, just to get that Ki recovery buff on top of her card draw speed. That's going to be insane. It's going to be insane because you know you got rid of their Vanish. And 9 times out of 10, I believe it's a fast super. I'd have to see how it really is. I'm not good at knowing fast or slow supers. Like, Baby has a slow super, and I know some of them are, like, on point fast. I'd have to check it out, but deals major explode damage on top of that. That's really solid for that. Even if you just get rid of their Vanish, then you dodge them. That was the point of me saying the slow. Then you dodge them immediately afterwards. You would have a chance to get 3, 4, 5 strike cards off, potentially. With a card draw speed that's insane. Say you launched it at a purple and they swap out to a red, you're still going to be doing good damage unless it's Gohan. And even then, they're not going to be swapping in cover change. They might, of course. But for the most part, the way that I'm describing this analogy, they wouldn't be swapping in a cover change. So you wouldn't have... It's insane. It's just... It seems really, really good. 20% strike damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. -5 on strike arts cost. Change blast to strike. I do like that. And I actually do like it on green cards too. So like if you're at close range, it won't fully work. Like throwing a blast card at close range, stopping that blast card, clicking the green card, and then going for strike, you won't be able to land that. But in the middle of it, you could keep your combo movement by launch, and say you have a strike, a green card, 2 blast cards. You pop that strike, you pop that green card, you now have 2 strike cards to continue your combo with. And the only persons that can swap in on it, off the top of my head, are what? Green Broly, Zamasu, and Purple Vegito. 2 of them being yellow, 1 of them not being viable in the meta. 2 of them being purple. 1 of them not being viable in the meta, Broly. That's crazy. Well, Bojack, but he's also purple. She might have a good little run, honestly. Deadly Dance. What do you do, Deadly Dance? Deals massive impact damage. The following effects occur on hit. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade +5 to substitution count for 20 counts. Seals enemy strike arts. Damn. Again, not a bad option if you know you're facing like VB or something. Or even like Kefla. Kefla's a prime example of they would have no option. So if Kefla comes in and you know they haven't launched an attack in 3 or 4 seconds, 2 counts, 3 counts, whatever, you could just pop that ability. She's going to be locked unless she has a super, but then she's going to hit you with a super and you're still back to neutral playing field. I don't know, we'll have to see. So Zenkai ability is yellow android. Now, did females need it? Yeah, females needed it. I think androids needed it more. Females are going to get some love. I wouldn't stress it too hard. We still got to get a new Kill. We got to get a new Caulifla. We actually have to get a new 18 as well. We got to get a new Chi-Chi. We got to get a new Bulma. There's a lot of options still. Ribrianne could come back after transformed, or a transforming Ribrianne. Plenty of options. Android has a lot of options that they can't put to use at the moment. I'm glad they did Yellow Android. And that is fantastic for 16. So good. So good. Now, I was more worried when she got announced that she was going to be yellow female. Because it's not that females is bad. If you have Kefla at 6 stars, you got 21 at 6 stars, and even Ribrianne or something could rock it. If you got this one, of course, that'd be a good team. Any of that stuff would be fine. But comparing females to androids right now just has the upper leg. And I do like the idea. It was in the podcast that Professor Sensei brought it up. Finish a tag. If you're going to start buffing these tags like crazy, like we've got in Future, we've got in Godkey, we've got all these teams that are just stacked. Fusions, whatever. They've gotten stacked overnight. Finish the tag. I like it. I do. My recommendation would be Z3. I always recommend Z3 if you want to save any kind of Chrono Crystals for banners coming up and stuff like that. You could drop 6K. Maybe you get lucky and you drop 5K and you get her up to Z6 just to get that second ability. That's a really good option too. 7, just that extra little stat. You don't really have to go to 7 in my opinion. 6 is just fine. 7 just looks a little more well-rounded. You're fully done with the unit then. But if you're looking to save a little bit, Z3 should be more than fine with her. If you got like 15,000 and you really don't care about hybrids, or you have Gohan and you have Purple Gohan and you're rocking Sun Family with, FSK Gohan, fine. Dude, skip that Goten banner coming up. I know. Goten and Trunks banner coming up. Skip it. Go for 18. It's a solid option, I promise you. If your Android's team is good. The positive is she's still going to be buffing her old one. So you're still going to get the traditional Z ability. That is the positive to Zenkai. It's ironic that it was a Z ability and then we have a Zenkai ability that's still a Z ability, but it's fine. You're still going to have strike, attack, and defense for females. So even if you have a female team, which you can see, the top 3 units minus Bunny Bulma, which isn't bad, should be giving you supers out the ass where you're already getting 3 supers just by swapping in. Those top 3 are going to be your female team. If you got them at high stars, you could totally rock it. She's still giving you good Z ability naturally. It's the reason that Boo was so successful when he first dropped. Of course, Region was overwhelmingly dominant, but he's still giving both defenses to Region units on top of himself giving crazy stats. I like it. I really do. I'm actually a big fan. Hopefully, you were grinding up yellow Zenkai souls. I think I'm pretty stacked on them. What was the last one? Goku Black? Yeah, I've been grinding Zenkai like crazy since Goku Black, so I should be fine. I will probably Z3 her on launch. We'll test her out and then really see if I want to push her that 6. It depends, because I don't want to push her further than 16, because I don't use androids too much. They're a good team, but I don't use them all the time, right? Either way, let me know your thoughts down below. You excited for Zenkai 18? Do you not care? Do you not use androids? Let me know. I'm out. I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. Deuces.